So hello guys, welcome to another video on this channel. Yeah, my voice is a bit low, but today I want to share with you guys a very juicy setup on Gbpjpy, which helped me get out of a drawdown, or let me say get partially out of a drawdown on my account. So this is it. Currently I'm on the 3 months time frame, and I have marked my dealing range, which is from this high to this low, as you can see, and then the various level from the 0 to the 100, right? And so we are going to move down into the lower time frames to make sense of what is happening here in this chart. Okay, so now we are going to the monthly. Sorry, a minute. Now we get into the monthly at the 62.5 level. I see we have traveled through the 12.5. we had this order block here. You see how price uses these levels as stepping stones, if you like, to move from one level to the other. And then when we got to the 62.5 level, which is right here, you see that we have this order block, this bearish order block, seated exactly at the 62.5. and at the moment we are seeing some reaction off of it. If we should go into the weekly, to make sense of it, you see that at the 62.5 we have this bearish fair value gap right there, this bearish fair value gap right there. And so what you can basically see is that price, these levels have around them, or exactly on them, very key signatures, or PDRAs as ICT would call them, right? And so you have it here at a 62.5, a bearish fair value gap seated right there. Okay, and then when price got here, the only thing I was thinking that we are going to see some sales right here. We are going to see some sales, and look at exactly where we had that reaction, exactly on the 62.5, and then price started retracing. Then we could be looking at levels like this, okay, like this sell side liquidity. Okay, then we could be looking at this place as well, this level as well, or even this level as well for the sell side liquidity. And this is on the weekly time frame, so you can see that there is quite some space to be covered by price at the moment. Okay, so let me just take these ones off for now, and then let's move on and see what we'll be looking at. And so now I'm just going to move to the daily, and then we'll see. Okay, let me take this off for a minute, and then we'll come back to that. Okay, and so at the 62.5 of the monthly, of the 3 months range that we drew, you see that this is where the fair value gap sits. See where the reversal started from, the 62.5. It just wicks it and then breaks down. Okay, and then after it breaks down, see what it forms over there, a bearish fair value gap, bearish order block, sorry. So price runs up, taps into it, and then for 3 consecutive days, today being the 4th, we are seeing bearish candles. And then this is where I am thinking price would like to target this sell side liquidity. But then it's not necessary to target all of these plays to have what you can reduce the space you want to cover. Let me put it that way. You could aim for low hanging fruits. And how is that? This is what's interesting with this strategy with dealing range, how I have deciphered it for myself, if I should put it that way. This level from the 62.5 to the 50 DRT, we can consider that as an entire range as well, right? Just like we had in the 3 months where we marked the swing high and the swing low. Inside here, we can consider this 62.5 as our swing high and the 50 DRT level as our swing low. And by so doing, using the fib, we can just go on and then divide this into the various levels. So the 62.5 becomes our swing high, the 50 DRT level becomes our swing low, and already we see that we have tapped into extreme premium, broken below the 87.5 here. And then what we'll anticipate is that should there be any form of upward price movement, we'll want to see resistance from this 87.5 and then target the 75 DRT level. Okay, let me just make sure. Fine, everything is fine here. Good. And so for intraday trading and then scalping, the only thing we are going to be looking for is targeting the distance between this place. Okay, the distance between this place. And then when you look at the 75 DRT level a little bit to the left side, you see that there is an imbalance right here, an inverted fair value gap. That's it right here, exactly on the 75 DRT level. Okay, so you see that this strategy shows you where key signatures are placed inside of the dealing range or inside of price. Okay, so now let's move to the 4 hour so that good. And so look at this. So this is still the space between the 62.5 and then the 50 DRT level. Okay, and then currently what we see is that at the 87.5 we are breaking below the 87.5. we've left this bearish order block right there, and so should price decide to move here, we could have our setup being this, just on the 87.5, cover the high of the order block, right? And then our take profit will be at the 75 DRT level. And then this already is a 1, almost a 1:4, 1:3.9 setup. This is it. Okay, 1:3.9 setup. And at the moment it doesn't look like price would move up, but it is possible that it will move up. Okay, it is possible. So we just look at how price is going to behave around this place to see if we would have to, you know, find an entry from this place downwards or wait for price to move up and then we get ourselves into the trade. Okay, and so you see that these signatures, these PDRAs, are placed strategically around these levels to help move price from one place to another, from discount to premium and from premium to discount. And so currently this is the setup I'm looking at on Gbpjpy, and it looks really, really great, especially from the higher time frame, the 3 months level. Okay, where we are having the order block, the fair value gap, the bearish fair value gap targeting the lower side, the sell side liquidity. Okay, and so for someone who is swing trading, which I do sometimes, right, this might be a target. This low might be a target, just this low, exactly this low might be a target for the person. And then if you look, you would have to see through this a lot, right? But if you just decide to target between these two levels, you'll be out, make your money, and then out. Okay, you'll be out in no time. And so this is the setup on Gbpjpy, which has helped me come out of my drawdown partially on my account, and I'm looking to add more positions to this to help me recover all my losses and then potentially or hopefully get into some profit. And so this is it. This is the setup. this is how good it is. This I can't just stop talking about DRT, you know. Been a long time since I made a video, but this is how we trade, anytime, any day. And so guys, have a look at it. Let me have your feedback on it, and then see you in another video.